no one know where she is?
She put real places in the story. Why not just tell us what the hell's going on?
Maybe she's being watched.
Maybe we all are.
This case is making national news, and it's heartbreaking. There are reports of her being photographed partially naked in a cage. She's still missing.
The FBI just got a photo sent from this anonymous person. It was a woman in a cage. In this photo, she looked very distressed, like she just wanted to be free. She was trapped. Anonymous person who sent the FBI this photo, he said he got it from the dark web. Now this is where everything is about to get completely strange. Listen to this.
Her case garnered national attention when FBI investigators received photos from an anonymous person showing Rainwater in a cage, partially nude.
He said she was being tortured. Not only that, I seen her murdered. In these photos, this girl name is Cassidy. This woman name is Cassidy Rainwater. She is a woman that has been missing for a while now. So when this anonymous person is saying something strange like this, they scratch their head. They dig deep into this and they knew who she was. During the time that she disappeared, it was believed that she was homeless. Police also knew who they needed to have a chat with. They knew who they needed to speak with, and they went up to the address of the person that they needed to speak with was this man. Now, if you look at his property, it's strange. It's woods everywhere. One house, no neighbors, no stores nearby. It's just one house surrounded by woods. Me personally, I would never live like this.
Previously.
We've been driving on this road for 30 minutes. Just so y'all don't think we playing. It's people that actually live here in these woods.
Tonight about a woman whose body was discovered in a patch of woods earlier this week.
This is right here. Look at this. Basketball goal and everything. Another house right here, back here. It's a couple of houses. I would never in my life live back here though. There's another house right there.
Right there?
Yeah. I could never live in the woods. You ever watched the movie called Hush?
Yeah. That was not okay.
I feel like you have to be a serial killer to live like this. Like, what? I'd be scared. Now, the time that she disappeared and was reported missing, the family member who reported her missing said that she was with this guy. This guy name is James during the time of her disappearance. Now, when the police went up to this guy's house to question him, it was almost described that this house was completely creepy and terrifying. You don't want to be there for too long. You want to leave. That's how uncomfortable this house make you feel. They asked him some questions about the lady who's missing. He was like, yeah, we was together. She stayed with me for some time. I tried to help her to get on her feet. She said she wanted to go to Colorado. And then one time in the middle of the night, I woke up, she was gone. And I've never seen her again. Now, they don't have no hardcore evidence on James, so they would just kept the information in the back of their head. And when they left, they knew that they was going to be back. They just had a feeling. That's how weird this whole vibe was when they was visiting them. Couple of weeks passed and they just go in James' house. He was like, what are y'all doing? Showed them the search warrant. The officers was armed and ready, and those anonymous photos that they got from this person, they knew that this was the same place. Remember, she was in a cage. They had photos like that, but also photos of her being dissected. Now, when they took his laptop, mobile devices, all his electronics, they found videos of him going in the shed at night, and all you hear is screams. Completely terrifying. Now, they searched this whole entire house, opening everything, breaking a lot of stuff. This one investigator, he was like, you know what? Let me just check the fridge. He opened the fridge and he see a bunch of meat packaged, and it had tape wrapped around it. No names on what type of meat this was, anything. It just had the date, and the date was 7/24. They tested this meat. It was Cassidy, so he had this packaged up. If you don't believe in the dark web, now you should.
Chloe Ailing made international news after she was kidnapped and offered up for sale as a sex slave on the dark web.
You were held in captivity for 6 days.
I'm about to open the studio door, and that's when a hand comes from behind onto my neck, and then another hand with a glove onto my mouth and nose, stopping me from breathing and screaming.
I asked him, Why did you kidnap me? What did he say?
He says, you've already been put up for sale.
They put you up for sale?
Yeah.
Where?
On the dark web.
Now, investigators knew that he had a roommate. James had a roommate named Timothy. At first, Timothy was like, I don't know anything. I didn't know about this lady. I didn't know she was chained up or in a cage. I didn't know anything that y'all seen. They knew he was lying. He ended up confessing, and he ended up saying that he knew everything. Matter of fact, he helped. More crazy stuff happened with these two men. There was another building that caught completely on fire. They had this building completely booby-trapped. When the police was coming into this building, wires, tripline wires, and everything, they couldn't even walk inside. They would have died.
Into the disappearance of Cassidy Rainwater has taken multiple turns. That now includes a fire that we first told you about last night. It burned down the home at the very center of this investigation.
But I believe the reason why the whole building burned down because when the police was investigating this building, one of the police hit a tripwire. Boom. Do y'all not understand that this is literally a horror movie? Two guys in the woods trapped, tortured a girl in a cage. I'm tripping out because I'm literally imagining what she went through. Mind you, these guys probably would have never got caught if this anonymous person would have never sent this tip to the FBI. And that's what I mean by this world is really dark and you don't really know the crazy things that be going on because not everything come to light. Now in this building, there only could be a few reasons why they had this building trip-wired and booby-trapped like that. They must have had so much evidence on the creepy things that they was doing. They wasn't playing no games. They made sure you would not go in this building. If you do, you will die and burn with all of the evidence that we have in this building. A lot of the evidence was burned. That's not to mention if they was working with multiple people all around the world globally or just nationally in the US and they haven't been caught. The reason why I say all around the world because the person, they knew the location exactly who this anonymous person was that sent this tip to the FBI. This person was in Germany. That's all they knew. This has to be the #1 craziest case that I have done. I don't know what can top this. Knowing the things that I put on my channel though, you'll be surprised.
Today, investigators said remains found in a freezer on the property of James Phelps belonged to Rainwater. Both he and Timothy Norton have now been charged with first-degree murder in her death.
Now, there was a lady named Tracy. When she came up missing and her body was found, the boyfriend said she would like to go in the woods and find things in the woods to do what she loved to do. She would go in the woods a lot by herself, doing what she loved, and one day she just didn't come back. Her body was found next to this place where the two guys was called Moon Valley. Now, it was no evidence that anybody did anything, so nobody got arrested for how she died. My conspiracy about this whole little area is that there is a cult in this area. It's no way that it's just them two. It's some more people that just haven't been caught. Or maybe they just moved somewhere else around the world and they just still do what they do and get away with it every time and it has not been come to light yet, but people are just going missing. Y'all just seen that clip with the lady in the cage. If y'all haven't seen this movie, the movie is called Pet.
Someone's popular. Who's the guy? I already sort of have a boyfriend, so.
No, you don't.
This movie is not on Netflix, it's on Hulu. It's worth it because of how crazy it gets.
Keeping a girl in a cage.
I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you.
I watched it and I loved it. Watch it if you have Hulu.
I just started off in your world. Yeah, I just started off with your bitch.